Caspar on the 22nd of January 2022. And I've opened a Rhône wine. I've got some wines delivered from my portfolio, wines that have been in professional storage since I bought them. And this is a wine that we offered, many years ago. I would say 2011, so yeah, a decade ago. It's a Gigondas, so Southern Rhône. 2009 vintage. It's 2009 Gigondas Grenache 66, from Domaine Saint-Duc. Saint-Duc, one of the finest estates in Gigondas. This is sort of premium cuvee, and I believe it's called 66 because Robert Parker arrived and saw two G's on the barrels and thought they were two sixes, so the cuvee was named 66. 2009, a pretty warm vintage in the Southern Rhône, and on the back of the bottle the small numbers say 15.5, so it's a wine to treat with some circumspection, I think. It's remarkably unaromatic, I must say. I decanted this actually an hour and a half ago or so, and it has sort of Grenache like red cherry fruit, but it's not really shouting about itself. It's got quite a lot of spice there, and it's a dry nose. It speaks of sort of dried sand and a bit of black pepper. And the fruit is red and something darker coming through as well. Black cherry sort of character. Lots of spice. It's got a sort of piquancy to it. It's not sort of, Grenache can be very broad and cake-like, and this isn't. It's much more defined, the aromas. A bit of sort of unsmoked tobacco about it as well. As I say, it's really not a particularly aromatic wine, so let's see if it's got lots of flavour. There's a nutty aspect that runs right through it, and actually, having seen it's 15.5% alcohol and expecting something akin to a vintage port, it's got remarkable elegance, and it really isn't a heavy wine at all. Grenache can be extraordinary like this. I remember tasting a 2007 a barrel of Grenache in a cellar at, in Châteauneuf-du-Pape, and at Domaine Pierre Seglio. It was destined for their top wine, and actually I tasted it, the same barrel, 2 years on the trot, and the second year the owner said he wasn't going to sell it, wasn't going to use it in the blend because he liked it too much. That cuvee was 17.2% alcohol and had remarkable finesse and elegance to it, and no real sign of heat. And Grenache is you know, it can achieve these high alcohol levels sometimes without getting overly heavy and porty. And I think it's a combination of old vines and good soils that really do it. There's a herbal quality to this as well, but not really a Châteauneuf Garrigue. Got a bit of nut paste to it, red fruit, and it's the structure really which is remarkably sort of piquant and fresh. It quickly picks up this very upright minerality that has spice, and the tannins within it, and the tannins themselves are quite sort of piquant, really fresh. They sort of clean the palate ripe, but at the same time upright, and as I say, they're fresh. It's a very long thing in the mouth. it's given the vintage and it being all Grenache, you'd expect something heavy, and in terms of ABV, certainly it is heavy at 15.5, and yet it doesn't taste like that. I think you could be deceived into drinking 3 glasses before you topple forward into your soup. It's got something a little rooty to it, a little licorice, but it's got an earthiness to it, a sort of sandy character. Yeah, it's a freshly structured wine that's really sort of scrubbing my palate, and I think some commentators have suggested it might be time to drink it up, but actually the colour is remarkably red for Grenache, and Grenache is a great variety. It tends to lose its colour very quickly in bottle. It's good and red, and very hard to say how long this wine will keep in bottle. And I would drink that with, well, I'm going to drink it with a sort of pheasant and sausage casserole, with which I suspect it'll be perfect. It'll take quite rustic dishes, game, bit of venison would be very good with it. It's nice wine. You just don't want to drink too much of it, but it's good, elegant Grenache. I'm enjoying it very much indeed. So that's been 2009 Gigondas Grand Grenache 66 from domain Saint-Duc, which is Saint-Duc, just outside the town, the village of Gigondas, on the flat land at the foot of the Dentelle. But it's really nice wine. I'm really enjoying it.